Hi! Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Ito po ang inyong favorite American colony trader na si Sas Rogando Sasot. Diyos ko Lord! Kamusta? Kamusta mga friendship? Nakakaloka ang mga eksenang kaganapan today. Diba? I think, well, it has already been, I already wrote about this last year, that this would happen. And of course, no, it is what it is. Hi, hello sa mga nasa United Kingdom. Hello sa mga nasa KSA. Diba? Hello. Ayan. Hello sa mga nasa Dubai. Okay, sino pa ba? US is already moving na talaga. De Lima is one of the example. My God. Hi, nako. Okay, we'll just have a... It is what it is. Hintayin lang natin ang iba nating mga friendships, no? At mag-live muna tayo hanggang hindi pa illegal ang makinig sa akin. Charot. Okay. Nako. Ayan. Sabi ni Ramirez, gagawa na ba kami ng passport dito sa Mindanao? Ano ba? Bakit ka gagawa ng passport, Ramirez? Brianes? Diba? Ay, nako. Ang title po ng episode natin ngayong gabi ay Extremely Wealthy. Hello sa mga nasa Halifax. Sabi ni Chino, lack of foresight ba ito ng mga Duterte? Well, it's not really the lack of foresight of the Dutertes. It's really the way politics works in our country because you don't want to change the system. Elections do not change the system. You only change people. Okay? The system is already there. So, hello sa mga nasa Oriental Mindoro. Hello sa mga Guampur version Philippines. Okay. Ay, naka-live ba si Joey? Joey, naka-live ka? Hindi naman siya naka-live. Naka-live siya. Puta, naka-live ka. Yes. Nakakaloka ka. Hindi nag-notif sa akin, Joey. Hindi nag-notification sa akin. Ayan. So, hintayin lang natin. Hi! Hello sa mga nasa Maryland. Hello? Legend. Naka-live ka pala, Joey. So, ayan. Basta ang title natin ay Extremely Wealthy. Sa pupunta na raw dito si Joey. Hello sa mga nasa Ohio. Hello. Diyos ko, wala naman tayong tulugan. Hello sa mga nasa El Salvador. Hello sa mga nasa Batangas. Hello sa mga... hello sa mga nasa Dubai. Hello sa mga nasa Davao del Sur. Hello sa mga nasa Angono. Hello sa mga nasa Macau. Pareho pala tayo nasa China. MJ Feriot. Hello sa mga nasa Batangas. Ayan. Shout out to everyone na nasa Novaliches at New Jersey. Hinihintay ko lang po ang aking biological woman co-host na si Joey Duviv Everyday. Kasi naman, ano naman nangyayari dito? Alam nyo, grabe na po sila. Hintayin ko lang ang aking kachika, si Joey. At para mas masagana ang chika, mas masaganang talambuhay. Hello sa mga nasa Germany, hello sa mga nasa Norway, hello sa mga nasa Cebu Province, hello sa mga nasa Davao City, hello sa mga nasa General Trias, ayun. Wala akong panahon na subaybayan po ang Miss Universe dahil gusto ko po maging alert parati ang aking utak sa mga nangyayari. Kaya as much as possible, I don't want to be entertained. Hello sa mga nasa Dait Camarines Norte. Hello sa mga nasa Jeddah. Ayan. Sabi ni Atty. Jigsy, sabi daw pwede acquittal. Yes, that's true. Pero hindi pa yan kagad ibibigay, yung acquittal. Okay. Hello sa mga nasa Bukidnon, hello sa mga nasa Tarantarol sa Laguna, hello sa mga nasa Davao. Joey, ano na, gusto mo magchismisan? Para meron dito ang tagatanong sa akin. Hello, Joey Viv. Ayan. Hello sa mga nasa Qatar. Ayan, Joey Duviv everyday.
Hello.
Ayan.
Nag-e-echo na.
Ano ba yan? Mag-earphones na naman ako.
Okay. Ikaw talaga ang may sala.
Hello, everyone. Hello sa mga nasa Cyprus.
Ayan. Hello.
Ay. Ano? Nagulat ka ba sa mga eksenang kaganapan?
Nagulat ako sa eksena at mga kaganapan at nagugulat ako dun sa sa mga salitaan ng iba't ibang mga kuboy tungkol dito sa mga kaganapan. Kasi
Kasi
sige, go. Ayun. Kasi ano dito I remember nga nung ano ba yung pinaka may mga argument kasi sas na very literal, like sinasabi nila na yung paglaya ni De Lima is something na walang kinalaman yung pangulo, ganyan, kasi yung mga ganun, yung very literal na parang they felt that the actions of the president is always confined within the executive, things like that. It's very, very literal. And yun yung nakaka-sad. Kasi yung ganong klaseng mga pagpapaliwanag tungkol sa mga pangyayari is so literal and so miscalibrated. And to the extent that it is apologizing doon sa totoong situation na meron tayo. And ayun nga, buti nga ni-repost mo yung article mo noong 2022 nung October 2022. Buti ni-repost mo yun because I actually read it then nung nung time na.
Pero anong feeling mo nung October 2022 nung una mong nabasa ang aking article? Ano ang honest to goodness na nasabi mo?
Nung time na yun, I put it, those are the things, kasi nung time na yun, 2022 pa yun eh. So parang hopeful pa yung feelings ng sambayan ng Pilipino eh. So parang, oh, you've been warned, ito yung mga mangyayari, ito yung gagawin. But the conditions really, kasi you've been talking about it even before October 2022 di ba? You've been talking
Ha?
about it naman
Ano
prior
ka
to that.
ha? Masugid
Diba?
ka talaga. Okay.
Di ba?
Um,
So ibig
mm,
ko sabihin, those are the information that you are really going to put at the back of your mind, and then when the actual situation arrives, dun ka magre-recalibrate. Ano yung nangyari ngayon na ibang-iba dun sa sitwasyon nung mga panahon na yon? Kasi um, initially, we all thought that the president is going to focus on continuity and start dun sa mga wins natin, capitalize on our wins
mm,
in the past. Pero
mm.
we are taking a very very different direction. And sa totoo lang, kahit yung, 'di ba yung sa NTF-ELCAC nun, yung NTF-ELCAC ngayon, hindi na sila kasing, ano ng before 'di ba? Hindi na sila kasing parang,
Hindi, hindi,
kasing tapang ng
hindi,
dati.
hindi. Hindi,
Yung
para ano
mga,
lang, para
mm,
mabigyan lang natin ng background yung mga tagapakinig natin. So sinulat ko to, actually, tama si Joey, hindi ko pa, October 1, 2022, pero diniscuss ko na to before pa. Actually, panahon pa ng
but,
elections, and
oo,
etc. Tagal
mm,
na kaya alam ni Joey. Kasi po, ang Pilipinas po ay may GSP Plus trade deal with the EU.
mm,
Ngayon, ang eksena is yung GSP Plus, binibigyan nito ng tariff-free ang mga um, some products, from the Philippines papasok ng EU market tariff-free. Okay? So medyo marami ito, no? Marami itong mga products na to. So it's a one-way trade deal. Ibig sabihin ng one-way, yung Pilipinas lang yung binigyan ng tariff-free sa mga certain products. Okay, so hindi to
mm,
two-way na yung EU tariff-free din. So one-way. So ngayon, um, yung yung trade deal na yon, it will expire ng this year, December 31, 2023. Okay? Tapos, syempre, kailangan i-renegotiate. Actually, gusto nga nila ng free trade with the EU. Okay? Free trade with the EU, which might happen, no? Pero kasi, ang sabi ng EU Parliament, they repeated this several times, pero yung pinaka-latest nga ng February 2022, bago ko to isulat, is nag-adapt sila ng resolution na demanding the Philippines, among other things, allow the ICC prosecutor to investigate in the Philippines, make the Philippines a member of the ICC again, release Laila de Lima, abolish the National Task Force to end local
and,
communism and armed conflict.
oo, yung ano yung naiintriga dito, kung talaga si Leila de Lima kasama siya doon sa condition. Yes po. Actually, chinek ko yung link. Pag chinek mo yung link, nandun sa paragraph S, paragraph S, subparagraph number 6. Leila de Lima talaga, nakalagay talaga
Actually,
doon.
itong, kasi kinondense ko lang yung about NTF-ELCAC. Kasi meron pa doon na itigil na yung red tagging, di ba?
Mm-mm.
Di ba? If you read the
Mm-mm.
resolution. So ano na yung mga nangyari, di ba? Syempre hindi naman pwede niyang i-abolish yung NTF-ELCAC ng ganun-ganun lang, no? Because that would be too much, no?
Mm-mm.
Pero kita mo anong ginawa ng PCO about red tagging?
Nag-backpedal sila ng bonggang-bongga. Mm-mm.
'Di ba? 'Di ba? Pinalakpakan pa nga sila nila.
Kaya nga si Thea Tan nun, di ba? Si Thea Tan nun, galit na galit sa red tagging. Oh.
Oo.
Mm.
Tapos, na-release na si Laila. Okay? On bail. Diba? On
Mm-mm.
bail. And now, isa na lang ang kulang. ICC, the ICC card.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So, pag tinignan natin yung mga nangyari ngayong taong ito, Di ba parang na-reject? Ewan ko ba kasi ba't nagpa-participate ang Pilipinas pa dito sa ICC? Sinabi ng
No
participation.
participation.
Pero nag-participate pa rin. Tapos di ba parang natalo sila dun sa appeal. And biglang lumabas yung pangalan ni Sara Duterte. Dun sa ICC, sa listahan ng imbestigahan. And this happened a month after nung Afghan issue, yung nagsabi ni as in same day, June 7 kasi yung sabi ni Sara, lumabas yung balita, sabi ni Sara na I am vehemently against Emirut, yung Afghan refugee Kemilar. Pero after a month, bigla lumabas na yung pangalan niya dun sa isasama sa mga iimbestigahan sa ICC, Emirut. Okay. Ngayon, di ba sabi ni BBM, wala na, tapos na, hindi na kami mag-ano talaga sa ICC Emirut. Pero, I think it was last month, di ba? Or a few weeks ago, sabi ng DOJ, pag-aaralan.
Yes, because nag-file ng resolution yung Makabayan Bloc na pag-aralan, napapasukin ang ICC sa Pilipinas. Hindi ko nabasa exactly yung resolution nila, but that's what they suggest. In which the Secretary of Justice replied na they're going to study the resolution that was filed by Makabayan Bloc sa Congress. So parang, di ba ang linaw na July 21, 2023, ang linaw-linaw nung pronouncement ng Pangulo, we are done with ICC. Wala na tayong pag-uusapan pa. So parang, there's really no point na pag-aaralan mo pa yung Secboying, di ba? Kasi yung Pangulo, very clear yung stand niya eh. Di ba? So ano yung, because of the development na sinama si Inday Sara, yun ba? Yun ba? Yung ba ang dahilan kaya pag-aaralan siya dahil merong development? At yung development naman yun ay pag-add kay Inday Sara sa ICC investigation.
Yeah. So ngayon, ang eksena kasi ngayon dito ng mga kaganapan is kailangan mawala ang Duterte sa political equation.
Teka, Sas. Bago tayo pumunta doon, may gusto kasi akong itanong sa'yo. Yung GSP deal na yon, gaano ba yun ka-importante para sa Pilipinas?
Well, there are, marami nag-i-export siguro mga, marami nag-i-export sa EU. Diba? And it's tariff-free. Girl, ang tanong, gaano ito ka-importante sa mga taong nasa paligid nila?
Kasi ang sabi, dun sa in your write-up, sabi mo doon, 120 billion yung worth na magiging benefit ng Pilipinas sa deal na ito.
120 billion yung worth ng trade.
So worth ng trade for the entire period yan. So ibig sabihin from 2017 to 2023. Okay, so i-divide mo pa yun para makuha mo yung per annum niya na trade value. Okay.
So ngayon, kailangan niya yan eh. So ngayon, marami ng of course, hindi lang naman ito yung kailangan nila sa EU, no? Because a lot of frozen fruits and vegetables are in banks in EU countries. Charot. And of course, ito nga yung mga demand, no? And Laila, she's lucky because the Liberal Party is a very internationally connected political party. And kaya kita mo, sunod-sunod yung laglabasan ng mga statement of support, 'di ba, from United States, from Germany, from Netherlands. Can you imagine yung Netherlands nag-release ng statement of support? 'Di ba sila ang nag-aalag, sila ang 'di ba ang command center ng CPP, NPA, NDF nasa Netherlands. Can you imagine ilang years na nagmamakaawa ang Pilipinas sa Netherlands na pabalikin si si Joma. Anyway, so, so ayun na nga. So, they need to remove the Duterte from the political equation. Ayun ang eksena. Yun ang eksena ng kaganapan. So, kaya nga 'di ba ngayon lumalabas ang balita, ilan na lang ang PDP laban sa Kongreso.
May ano na lang daw sila from 120, 10% na lang ang PDP laban ngayon. Burado na.
12 na lang ang PDP laban sa Kongreso. Ilan lang ba kailangan para ma-impeach?
Majority.
Hindi, 3/4 ata. Parang ganyan.
Hindi, sa Congress, yata, 3/4 nga yata. Pero para mag-move, kasi hindi naman yung Congress yung mag-i-impeach di ba?
Hindi, ang mag-i-impeach Congress, pero ang magko-convict,
Senate, oo.
You got impeached by the House, pero you get convicted by the Senate. Oo. So ngayon, ang eksena is, di ba yan ang ugong na ipa-impeach si Sara. By the virtue of the confidential fund kuning-kuning. Di ba? Sabi ni Romy Rebriones, itry nilang i-impeach si Sara. Alam mo, yung mga pananakot yung ganyan na itry nila. Well, they will do it. Ano ba namang magagawa mo? Kasi ganito, no? Filipinos have this very romantic notion of people power or ganyan, eksena, na nakalimutan nila yung pag-aralan ng history ng bansa. Okay? Unang-una, perhaps nakalimutan na nila yung EDSA 2 and EDSA 3. Ikaw ba naalala mo ba yung EDSA 2 at EDSA 3?
EDSA 2, yun yung kay ERA. EDSA 3, yun yung kay... EDSA 2, yun yung kay ERA. In-impeach si ERA, naging presidente sa GMA. EDSA 3 is the one initiated by ERA kasi he believes that he's still the president.
No, because of, di ba, inaresto siya. Di ba? Nagka-EDSA 3 dahil inaresto si ERAP. Di ba? Ang nag-organize ng EDSA dress na yan, ang isa talaga sa engine yan is INC. Actually, mas madaming tao nun sa EDSA dress kaysa sa EDSA 2. That's the truth of it. Pero the thing is, when you're organizing a mass movement like that, you need food. Okay? You need food, you need money. It requires huge organizing.
And
kasi girl,
coverage,
etc. Diba? Ngayon, mauubos yan lahat, no? Peaceful. Walang peaceful revolution na nagtatagumpay no walang basbas ng United States. Okay? So, ngayon, kaya noon walang nangyari kasi nga hindi bumaliktad yung mga kailangan bumaliktad noon. Even though na mas madaming tao noon sa EDSA 3 kaysa sa EDSA 2. And EDSA 4, wala na EDSA 4. Wala nang EDSA, tapos na ang diwa ng EDSA. So sabi EDSA 4, ambag-ambag na lang. Hindi nga rin, kaya mong magutom? Girl, pag after 5 days, wala pa rin nangyayari dyan. Magugutom na ang mga tao. Hindi mo, aalis ka ng trabaho mo? Ganun mo kamahal? Wala nga. Kasi nga wala namang revolutionary impulse ang mga Pilipino. No? We love to be...
Question, if you think that if there would be an impeachment, you think the impeachment plot would be successful?
Yes, it will be successful, no? Kasi wala silang bilang. It's all about the numbers.
All the numbers oo. Yung yun nga kasi dahil because it is a political exercise, you do not really need to be very you do not really need to have a sound legal appreciation of things.
Yes,
diba?
It's a political trial.
It's a political exercise.
impeachment is a political trial. So, ang pwede nilang gawin yung kay Sara kasi, you know what, papipiliin siya. So, may impeach ka, girl. Nasa amin ang bilang. So, pwede kasing sabihin na toe the line. Diba?
Is
Ngayon,
Inday
if you
towing the
don't,
line? Ang tanong, kasi di ba Inday is also not very, well,
diba nga,
the most
hindi ba,
vocal na statement ni Inday is that there is a political rough patch. Pero, yun na yung pinaka, ano
ano
niya, yun na yung pinaka,
hindi na pinaka-vocal niya. Pinaka-vocal
oo,
niya is she said no to the Afghan refugees. Kasi yung mga Pilipinos, you don't know the extent of how important this issue for the United States is. Nakikita, sinusubayba. Kasi nga yung local media natin, hindi kayo ini-inform ng nangyayari sa mundo. No? Pakistan is now deporting to Afghanistan a lot of their Afghan refugees. Eh ngayon, nag-expire na yung mga kasunduan ng Amerika sa iba, they need to house these Afghan refugees somewhere else. And it was Sara Duterte who said no. So that is the huge slap on the face of everyone involved in that issue.
That is the huge policy difference between Inday Sara and the rest of the administration.
Yes.
But
very serious.
What I mean is, sa part ni Inday Sara, for example, natuloy yung impeachment kineme against her. What do you think would be her reaction? Kasi parang hindi rin naman siya ganun ka-vocal na, like, for example, yun lang choices, no? Toe the line.
Toe the line. Wag kang bida-bida, no?
Toe the line or wag siyang bida-bida.
Ayun nga, toe the line at wag kang magbida-bida. Kung anong gusto namin, you have to follow. That is their concept of unity, no? Yan ang concept nila ng unity. Okay? Second, okay, mag-impeach ka namin. So, pag si Sara sabi, okay, impeach niyo ako. Pag na-impeach siya sa Kongreso, Sara will have to face the choice, either to go on trial or resign. Going on trial is very risky. Una, hindi ka mamahalin ng tao dahil sabihin, hindi ka mamahalin ng mga tao kasi nga, bakit ka nandyan? Sinasayang mo ang pera ng taong bayan. Gets mo? Ba't di ka na lang mag-resign? Okay? Ngayon, kung mag-go on trial siya, itotodo niya, it's very risky dahil pag na-convict si Sara sa impeachment, she will never be able to run again. Ever in her entire life. For any public office, girl. Di ba? For any public office yan, yung impeachment, di ba? So ngayon, mag-resign siya. So, wala ngayon siya. So, risky din yun kasi wala siyang power. So, pwede siya bumalik ng Davao and hopefully, hindi pa nila kunin yung Davao sa kanila. Kasi, according to a little birdie who told me, is the Nograles are also moving. Oh, yan. Okay?
So there is a full-on effort to
destroy the Duterte.
To
remove them, to remove the Dutertes from the political equation. Okay? Kasi the Dutertes don't have money. So, meron silang simpatya ng tao, pero at the end of the day, how long is your sympathy going to last? Do you think you can survive being in a mass demonstration for a month na nandun ka lang? Good. Merong
inspiration. You're saying that kung dumating tayo doon sa pinaka-worst na situation, you have to check whatever you can give because yung galit ninyo is not going to have any effect kung you were looking at 5 days na mobilization lang or 2 weeks na mobilization lang. It's not gonna do anything. So,
you need organization. You need organization, which is of course lacking. The one that wins is not necessarily the most passionate, but it's the most organized. Alam yan, everyone knows. So sabi dito, sas galit ka ba kay Inday? Hindi po ako galit kay Inday. I'm just laying down the ugly truth. Ngayon, kung ayaw mo ng ugly
Crisette,
truth,
nakita ko si Crisette kanina, nandito rin.
Ngayon, kung ayaw mo ng ugly truth, manood ka na lang ng entertainment. Because I'm not here to entertain you. I'm just laying down to you the ugly truth. I already laid down the ugly truth last year. Ano ba nangyari? Isa na lang ang kulang, di ba? Isa na lang ang kulang. Tapos sabihin mo, ako yung galit. Baka kayo yung galit kasi you didn't prepare, you didn't organize. Kasi reactive kasi kayo eh. Nag-gets nyo? So ngayon, magaling itong mga ginawa ng kampo nila BBM. Lenny is a formidable force in Philippine politics. May nakita akong in-house survey. Pangatlo si Lenny sa presidential ball. Not as strong as Sara and Tulfo, but pangatlo si Lenny. So you need to, so politics is about addition. So if you remove, sabi ni Daryl, kasi sinabi na ni Sas yan last year. So if we removed, sino bang vlogger? Ito, big trivia muna. Sino ba yung vlogger? Nung sinulat ko yun ng October 2022, sinabihan niya na, naku, huwag tayo mapraning, matagal pa yan, hindi yan mangyayari, matagal pa yan. Ang vlogger na yun ay hindi na nagbablog dahil according to him, hindi niya na kailangan mag-vlog kasi he's already extremely wealthy. Yun na lang. Anyway, so, yun na lang yun. Huwag mo lang sabihin, Joy. Gano'n na lang ako. Gano'n. Nakuha mo ba kung sino? Gawin ako, yeah. So ngayon, hindi na siya nagbablog kasi hindi niya na kayo kailangan. Kasi he's extremely wealthy. So kung yung nangyari dun sa vlogger na yun, that's exactly how, that's a microcosm of how things are turning out in the Philippines. No? Okay. So, anyway, highway, asa na ba tayo? Ano ba yung tanong mo? So, hindi sapat yung sentiment.
So, hindi, So, yun nga na, dapat maintindihan natin what we can do and what it takes to really,
to succeed.
To succeed.
Yeah, yes. So, ang
what
nangyari
it takes
ngayon,
to succeed.
Sabi pa nila dito, kudeta na. Hindi kayo magiging successful ng kudeta. You need, for any military action, you need arms. So, who's going to supply arms to you? Second, Nukod, hindi ka mag-succeed dahil hindi ka nga i-recognize sa United States. No? Wala na nga, all the things that needed to be positioned for the Dutertes to be removed from the political equation are all there. So si Lenny, halimbawa, balik tayo kay Lenny. Si Lenny, di ba, formidable force yan. They have an axe to grind kay Lenny kasi nga, di ba, yung 2016 cheating. So anong ginawa? Si Andres Bautista ngayon ay nahahablas sa United States. Is that just a coincidence? Is that just a coincidence? Na si Andre Bautista, can you imagine, ang United States ang kumukup sa kanya noong panahon ni Duterte. Di ba? Pero doon din siya nahabla sa panahon ni BBM. Siyempre, kung yahabla mo kung may kasalanan si Andres Bautista, may kasalanan din si Lenny. Hindi lang si Lenny, may kasalanan din si Mar. Wala namang political machinery si Lenny. No? Lenny is just from the province. A girl from the province na namatayan ng asawa. She was nothing, no, before her husband died. So wala siyang political machinery. So the political machinery around her is also guilty if Andres Bautista is guilty. Pwede ba yung si Andres Bautista lang yung kumilos noon?
Si Andres Bautista, meron pa ba siyang ibang kaso? As I understand, yung kaso ni Andres Bautista is anti-money laundering related.
Accepting bribery from Smartmatic.
In-identify yung purported crime. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Ay, okay. Kasi akala ko, sorry hindi ko nabasa yung kung ano yung, I thought yung reason kung bakit kasi yung anti-money laundering, pag pag politically exposed person ka talaga or someone
Mm,
who would be in a position to make policies or things
mm,
like that, automatic
mm,
flag yung pangalan mo when you make a transaction eh. So, ibig
mm.
sabihin, yung pera, pag ipapadala sa'yo or magpapadala ka, automatic yun may investigation para
Yeah,
dun sa source ng money.
yeah,
Eh kasi,
yeah.
akala ko ang existing case niya na kaya siya na flag is because of the meron kasi siyang, nirecommend kasi ng National Privacy Commission na i-prosecute criminally si Andres Bautista because of the Comelec.
Mm,
Yarn.
mm,
Pagkatapos, meron din siyang outstanding arrest arrest warrant from the, pinapa-aresto rin siya ng ng Senado. Nung before siya umalis, pinapa-aresto rin siya kasi hinihingi sa kanya yung inventory ng PCGG dahil
mm,
nag-head siya ng PCGG. So, I
mm,
thought doon siya related. So, kaya medyo na-lost ako nung
mm.
sinabi mo na if he is guilty, therefore, dapat kasama rin sila Lenny. Ayun pala, ang kanyang crime pala na nire-relate sa anti-money laundering ay accepting bribe from Smartmatic.
Oo, basta hindi naman pinangalanan yung Smartmatic pero executives daw ng
Mm.
electronic voting counting machine. Sino pa ba
Oo.
yan? So
Oo.
so napatumba si Andre Bautista. Ngayon, ginawa na siyang fall guy. Iiwanan na siya ng
Mm.
mga yellows, si
Mm.
Andres Bautista. Kita mo, di ba? Bakit
Mm.
itong si Laila, sineselebrate ng yellows, pero they are not up in arms against yung nangyayari kay Andres Bautista. E nung panahon ni
Mm.
Duterte, di ba pinagtatanggol pa nila yan si Andres Bautista? Anyway,
Oo.
so ngayon, lumabas na si Laila, and Laila will keep Duterte busy.
Mm.
Filing cases, ganyan,
Mm.
and use every pulpit. Magkakaroon pa ng world tour yun si Laila, no?
Mm.
So,
Kung
kailangan
paano niya
talaga
na-overcome ang tyrant. Di ba?
yes. And of course, mabango si BBM
Mm.
internationally. Kasi 'di ba, na parang oh my God, what a surprise. Hindi pala siya magiging katulad ni Duterte. Hindi rin siya magiging katulad ng tatay niya. So this is really a Mars redeemed ang name. So what
Mm.
is now missing in the story internationally?
Mm.
And that is the frozen fruits and vegetables. Girl,
Mm.
according to the little birdies of the nation,
Mm.
they need they need 3 consecutive terms
In order in order
to
to
fully
defrost.
defrost
Bakit three?
because sobrang laki. Hindi mo naman po pwedeng
Okay.
i-ano yan lahat na
Oo.
magkakaroon ng epekto sa ano.
Hindi
Get,
pwedeng i-flush ng,
yes.
ng ganong
Oo, hindi
cabinet.
ka, girl, magkakaroon ng problema yung mga bangko, no?
Oo.
So,
Mm.
so ngayon, 'di ba, politics is about addition. So if
Mm.
you're going to subtract, you have to add. You have to add.
Mm.
They're going to subtract the Dutertes. That's kasi nga, pag hindi nila sinubtract si Duterte, Sara will be the president in 2028. Sabi dito,
Mm.
Sas Digong nanalo kahit walang basbas ng United States because Digong
But
was a surprise candidate. Wala nang
mm.
panahon para sirain si Digong. It was only three months.
Oo.
Sara, they know that Sara will be the one for 2028, so
So
they
they
have
can
5 years to
prepare.
destroy her.
Oo,
To
they can
destroy
prepare.
her. Hindi,
Sas,
alam nyo guys, remove.
I think you have to explain that thoroughly. So that everyone would understand why PRRD is a fluke. Kasi parang, um, kanina nag-uusap tayo, sabi mo, people do not really understand na kung gaano katindi yung foothold ng mga Amerikano sa sistema natin.
Yeah.
That yun nga, that Duterte is actually a fluke. So, yes, please, parang let us understand.
Yeah, like for example, ano ba nangyari kay Governor Mamba ng Cagayan?
Mm-mm.
Di ba, Governor Mamba ay nag-no sa EDCA na
Mm-mm.
ilagay sa Cagayan. So what did the powers that be do to Governor Mamba? Kinasuhan, meron pa, di ba, kinulong pa nga yan sa Congress? Si Governor Mamba. Ano bang ginawa yung mga Pilipino? Nag-reveal na si Governor Mamba nung March. Na may mga pumunta na mga Amerikano ng official ng embassy, US Embassy sa Cagayan at inaano-ano siya. May ginawa ba kayo? So that's already an affront to your sovereignty and you didn't do anything. So and ganun katindi yung kanilang 'di ba nga kaya nga kinansel na yan ni Duterte yung DFA. So with DFA comes EDCA, no? Kasi ang EDCA is only an implementing agreement of the VFA. So pag wala na yung VFA, wala na yan. So sunod-sunod yan VFA and then MDT. Yung MDT nga lang yung medyo komplikado kasi baka ma-involve dyan yung Senate or whatever. Anyway, so 1 year notification. So 2020, inano yan ni Duterte. Syempre, lumala yung pandemic. Kailangan nyo ng vaccine. Ayaw ninyo ng Chinese vaccine. So, kailangan, gusto nyo Pfizer o yung vaccine ng Moderna, ganyan. Di ba nga, nung panahon na yon, I was in Europe, I know.
AstraZeneca yata yung binigay sa atin. No?
I know na the European countries and the West are withholding vaccines because mas kailangan nila. Ngayon, in order para magkaroon ng trade, ng deal sa vaccine, anong ginawa ni Duterte? Pinalaya si Pemberton. Hindi pa sapat.
Hindi pa sapat.
Si Babes, and this is not secret because Hey Darian interviewed Babe Romualdez. At sabi ni Babe Romualdez, umiyak pa si Babe Romualdez kay Duterte dahil marami na siya mga kaibigang namamatay. Sige na, parang
save them, Mr. President. Diba? Please save them, Mr. President. People are dying. Ayan.
Dahil nga ayaw ninyo ng Chinese vaccine. So, bumalik ngayon yung EDCA with a vengeance. From 5, naging 17. Okay. Anyway, so ngayon, so ang nangyari, so they're now back, because the Filipinos do not understand that the Philippines will always be just a piece of land that the United States bought from Spain. Sinicelebrate niyo ba ang Philippine independence from the United States? Tanong, sinicelebrate niyo? Wala, di ba? Wala kayong Independence Day. Wala tayong Independence Day from the United States. We don't celebrate it. We only celebrate the Independence Day from Spain, which is actually just for a few months. Diba? So ganun yung eksena, no? They would like, you are just a piece of land that the United States bought from Spain. They will never let it go. They can only because no colonizers just give away a colony that they won. Ano ba yan? So you have to win. You have to win it. You didn't win it. The Filipinos didn't win the independence from the United States. That is simple as plain truth. So they will always be there. Nakidnap nga nila si Ferdinand Marcos Sr., di ba? Mga bakla. Can you imagine? You were able to kidnap the president of the Philippines.
First family.
The first family. Tapos sasabihin nyo na, ay wala, ganun sila katindi. That's why Duterte was a fluke. He was an anomaly. Kasi nga, they were not prepared for a candidate.
Like
they were
Duterte.
Not prepared for a candidate like Duterte. Yun ang totoo. Kasi nga, they are so used sa political system natin na ang mga kandidato kailangan disente magsalita, ganito, ganyan, etc. Ngayon, Duterte was very unpredictable. You don't, parang, he was fresh, he was endearing, at it was too late to destroy him. And bago pa nila i-destroy si Duterte, it was already Duterte na naglalabas ng mga baho niya. So the entire machinery of what could be used to destroy him
will not work.
Ganon. Ngayon, tinatanong ko talaga, ito si Joey, sabi niya, syempre meron akong palaisipan, diba? Bakit Vice President ang pinakabongga kay Sara? Kasi if Sara was President, things will just remain the same. She will be removed. Unless Sara will toe the line. Because, ganun lang yan. If you, kung ayaw mo sa gusto ng Amerika, you will be removed. And I'm not saying this because I know people who've been removed, no? And that person even asked the president, "Are you sure, Mr. President, ako lang gusto nilang tanggalin?" So, nakikita na natin. Kaya itong si Sara, no? Ayun, either Sara toe the line, but it will not be a Sara, no? She will just become a puppet. So Sarah's option is to become a puppet or not. Those are the only two options. And Sara has no political party, has no money. Can you imagine, Sara has no political party, she has no money, she practically has nothing except the integrity of the Duterte's name. And it's good, it's good for feel-good thing, but if you don't have an organized thing that's going to do this for you, you're not going to succeed.
And who do you think will lead the organization? Like, kasi, the reason why a lot of people do not understand yung kasi may pagka rin yung very effective yung mga Amerikano na gamitin yung emotion natin at saka mga sentiments natin against us.
Because they know us.
Kumbaga, because they know us. And so, it was done in a way na a lot of people think na they are not here but they are here. Ganon. So ngayon, parang pero ang feeling kasi ng mga Pilipino, karamihan, especially yung mga, because of the Duterte win, I think a lot of Filipinos got this confidence that, diba, yung Amerika nga, walang nagawa kay PRRD. So, because of that confidence, a lot of Filipinos felt that, of course we can do it again, Inday. Diba? And so, we need to stop and look at the situation in a
objectively
and in a more rational way. Kasi nga dahil hindi na secret si Inday Sara na siya ay formidable candidate in the future, the Americans are definitely going to.
Kaya nga, it's either whether she's going to be president ng 2022 or vice president, it will be the same thing that will happen to her. Alam mo yon na, ayun na nga lang, pag nawala ka na, pag nanalo si Inday na presidente ng 2022 at natanggal siya for whatever reason, she will never be able to run again. That's just the plain. That's just the simple truth, no? At magkukuwalis, alam mo yun, they will reunite together, etc. Because nga, the other one desperately needs to get their money, no? Because wala lang panahon. They're too old. This is the now or never moment, Ang taong nagigipit sa patilim kumakapit. That's just And guys, we are talking here of huge money, no? Na parang na siya, kasing laki na siya ng GDP ng isang maliit na bansa sa Africa. Ganon.
Kasi
anyway,
investment.
Ganong
investment.
Yes. Kaya nga, they will kill for this one, no? They will end friendships for this one. 'Di ba? Katulad nga nung isang manunulat na dati mahal niya ang Pilipinas kaya siya ay nagsusulat at nung tinanong siya nung siya ay nasa isang probinsya, tinanong siya ba't di ka na nagsusulat, ang sabi niya ay pagod na ako saka I'm extremely wealthy.
Emphasis on the extremely wealthy.
Sabi ko, hindi man lang
medyo wealthy lang. Hindi mo lang contented na ako. Sa kung anong meron ako.
Yung kailangan talaga extremely wealthy. So, ibig sabihin na extremely wealthy, ano ba to? Meron ka bang lotto machine sa bahay mo? Ganyan, yung ganun to. Anyway, so alam mo, syempre hindi nagsusulat, pero kumikilos din siya behind the scenes, no? Everything that you're seeing are being done behind the scenes, no? So, ang nakakaano lang kasi dito is maybe the problem with the Dutertes is they believe in the goodness of some people's heart. So parang, and ang problema rin kasi is, wala rin naman kasi silang katandem na hindi ito, no? And I really can't see any difference I think mas malala pa nga mangyayari kay Inday if she were president. Because look at what they did to the father, no? That was just the father. So they would kaya nakita mo ngayon ganito. It's just the same plan, that they're going to do to Inday. And I think they have to protect Davao City.
So, Sasan, sinasabi mo, because what is happening now on the national level is something that cannot be stopped. It can be stopped.
It can be stopped if you can. Now, the thing is, pwede mo siyang mahinto if you are organized. If you're not organized,
pwede mo siyang ma-stop, pero kasi para ma-stop mo siya, ang daming checklist. First, yung kailangan the people must understand what it takes to succeed yung yung mass uprising, ganyan. What it takes, because it's gonna cost a lot, it's gonna require a lot of effort na you really have to make yourself heard, and yung logistics. So organization, what it takes to launch a successful movement. Number 2, ang isang requirement is that Inday would have to choose to stand up. Kasi syempre, paano kung kunwari, 'di ba?
Well, it's ano kasi niyan is
I mean, those requirements must be ticked, 'di ba? Para mag-work yung para magkaroon ng stoppage to what's going on.
So yun ang eksena sa kaganapan, no? They have the guns, the goons, and the golds. And with that, you can mobilize people. There are a lot of people who are poor in the Philippines who it's kita mo di ba nagpapamudmud na nga sila ng pera almost every week? Sige nga, ano bang ibig sabihin niya? Nagpapamudmud na ng pera almost every week. Parang hindi nyo naman kilala ang mga Pilipino. Oo, parang hindi nyo naman kilala ang mga Pilipino. Diyos mio. Tapos, saka yung mga mass uprising, at the time of the social media, it's no longer, wala nang ganong pool yan. Because people now have an outlet to be angry. And once you release that angry, it dissipates. This is not the same.
hindi yung sustain yung challenge is really to sustain the sentiment,
Oo.
'di ba?
Oo.
Na hindi makakalimutan. How are we going to
Oo.
do that?
Ayun na nga, kasi nga, during that time na wala pang social media, na people do not have an outlet to release their
Anger.
anger to the
Mm-mm.
system, they go to the street.
Mm-mm.
Now, you don't need to go to the street anymore to make yourself felt that you care for a Facebook post. Or you just need to write a
Oo.
Twitter post.
Because of that, we have to update yung what it takes to stage or launch a mass movement. You must have commitment.
Mm.
You must have commitment, you must have the money, and you must have enough energy to really make it happen. Well, commitment is it's very difficult to get commitment from the population na magkakasing ng level. So, andun talaga yung pinaka-challenge. Yun nga, kasi nga, dahil nga ngayon, kapag nakapagreklamo ka sa social media, kapag nakapagsalita ka, nadidissipate yung galit I mean, it's the emotional it's the emotional natural emotional reaction ng tao na kapag nagalit ka na, nag-ano ka na, di ba?
Kita mo tong hindi yung MOO na liquidation by certification. Girl, if this happened in other countries, the people would have already been outside the Congress and demanding liquidation by certification. If this happened in other countries, yung ganyan. But no, people are just contented to be online and to do it, no organizing. Kasi everyone is on the take. Everyone ay nakikinabang doon sa ganung patakaran. So ngayon kasi, money is overflowing in the Philippines right now. It's the traditional way. People need money, they have money, they give it. So pag nabigyan na sila ng pera, anong pakialam nila? Ano naman pakialam? Diyos ko naman.
May nakakatuwa pa lang nangyayari sa live natin ngayon, sa atin, ang nakikita daw natin, ilan po yung nakikita nyong viewers ngayong gabi? Ayan. Kasi sa yung merong viewer dito, ang nakikita daw niya ay 23 viewers lang. Ayun. Yan ang galing sa PCS.
I-refresh mo yan. Oo. Diba? So yun nakikita nila, kita mo, 'di ba? They will actually demobilize everything. Everyone, ganyan. So kita mo, 'di ba? Kung hindi niyo po alam, ang buong account po ni Lorraine Badoy ay tinanggal ng Meta. Hindi niya siya binan, tinanggal ng Meta.
Kailan pa to?
Just recently. So, sinasabi ko na sa inyo na this is what they are going to do. Okay, this is a classic strategy. You gave someone an enemy to battle. You don't need, hindi na kailangan na ikaw. So, gagamitin mo na lang yung enemy nung gusto mong pabagsakin. Diba? Kaya na yan, kita mo, si Laila nasa labas na. Si Trillanes na buhay uli. Can you imagine, nung interview kami sa The Chiefs? Diba? Siya talaga yung Duterte is planning destabilization plot against Marcos. Pero sila, diba, yung nangako nung 2022 election na hindi nila papayagan na makabalik ang isang Marcos sa Malacanang. At ipagpapatuloy namin ang laban. Emerald. Ngayon, wala na yun. So bakit? You have to ask, bakit wala na yung narrative na yun? Bakit wala na yung greatest thief? Bakit wala na yung mga emerald? Ano yun? 36 mong ganun yung pagkakasabi mo, tapos nanalong presidente, wala na.
Wala na. Lusaw na.
Hindi ba yung mga dilaw na yan? Alam mo, nung pinapatanggal nila ako sa trabaho dati, ang isang sa mga nakalagay nila sa complaint nila is, sinusuportahan ko daw kasi ang mga Marcos na ang mga magnanakaw daw, ganyan, ganon. Yung mga dilaw, yung makasulat. Ngayon, di ba dapat magpasalamat? Di ba, ano to? Di ba dapat magpasalamat kayo sa DDS kasi yung mga DDS yung naging dahilan kung bakit nakabalik ang mga Marcos, kung bakit kayo nakalaya.
Oo.
Di ba? Pero, ano na ngayon? Di ba? Ang kalaban na lang ay si Duterte. They have a common enemy.
And sa mga galawan na ganito, nakikita natin kung sino talaga yung merong prinsipyo at wala.
Yeah.
My God.
Di ba anong sinabi ni Duterte? Anong sabi ni Duterte sa kanyang Facebook?
Yung about principle. Di ba? I mean,
basahin natin.
Sige, go.
Ang importante kasi yung prinsipyo. Kung may prinsipyo ka, magkakaintindihan talaga tayo. Ngayon, kung wala kang prinsipyo sa buhay at basta papayag ka lang just because of pakikisama, even if you're doing the wrong thing, do not expect me to clap my hands every time you make a stupid thing there. Ayun na nga lang na I think kasi Sarah has an option to kasi you need to think like a general, no? This is a war. Would you want to go to the war na wala kang na kakaiba, and then you would be weakened in the process? You may win, but you would be very weak. Kasi nga talagang anuhan to bardagulan talaga to ng bonggang-bongga, no? Or would you want to wait? Preserve your strength and find the right and wait for that window of opportunity.
That optimum opportunity.
Yes. Di ba? Kasi ano yan do we really expect? Do the yellows really expect na hindi gagawin sa kanila yung ginagawa kay Sarah? So parang, di ba, na parang, you are there because you are needed to destroy the Duterte. So after you do that, do you really think they would? You will also have to toe the line. You will also have to toe the line. Na parang, okay, pinayagan namin kayo dyan, pero, you have to toe the line. Kung ano ginagawa namin, dapat yes lang din kayo ng yes. So, this is actually a battle of, this is the time, okay, this is the time that people's principles will be tested. Ayan. Ano masasabi mo dyan, Joey Duriv?
Well, pagdating dun sa, this is the time when people's principles will be tested. Actually, na-test na sa iba kasi dumating na yung reckoning na dumating na yung reckoning point for some personalities para masukat kung saan nakalagay yung prinsipyo nila, 'di ba? Yung mga for BBM several times, ilang beses nang na-challenge, and sad to say that the president is really not showing the strong principles we expect him to have. I mean, if you're going to look at it in a very rational way, gano'n na talaga yung sitwasyon. Wala talaga siyang prinsipyo. Kung meron siyang prinsipyo, bakit niya kayang baligtarin yung mga sinabi niya before and take a different route now without even explaining to the people why he went that way. 'Di ba? Yung fact na kaya niyang collaborate sa mga, ano, 'di ba, sa mga taong dating, 'di ba, na yumurak sa kanila. I mean, I mean, ano, no, dumating na yung, kung yung sinasabi ni Sasin tungkol doon sa principal na ganyan. Para sa mga maraming personalidad, dumating na yung point of reckoning na yun. Dumating na yung point of reckoning na yun kay BBM, kay Martin Romualdez, at yung mga tao sa Kongreso at sa Senado.
Pero
They
ang ano kasi nila,
change
they know
colors already.
that, you know, these are not political neophytes.
Mm-mm.
They understand Philippine politics like the back of their hand. Na, wala naman, EDSA was never a revolution because there was never a change of consciousness among the people. So it was the same politics that they were accustomed to. So it's just the same thing. Kaya nga itong si Duterte, it was a fluke of nature, no? An anomaly in the matrix, ganon.
Glitch siya sa system.
Oh, kasi nga sabi ko nga kay Van, you know what? Duterte's kasi focus nun is house cleaning.
Right.
If you are doing house cleaning, marami ka talagang
Makakaaway.